Hey folks, and welcome back to the ClickTime channel. In this video, we'll explore 3 strategies for workforce capacity planning. These strategies will help you ensure you have the right number of staff with the right skills to meet your business needs. Let's get started. Before we get into specific strategies, let's clarify what workforce capacity planning entails. Workforce capacity planning is a process in which companies assess how much work they can perform with their current headcount and upcoming time constraints. Capacity planning helps companies determine the optimal number of employees to meet present and future business demands. Capacity in this context refers to the maximum amount of work that can be completed in a given time period and is typically measured in available work hours. The main goal of capacity planning is to solve 2 common operational issues: resource shortages, which can cause performance and delivery problems, and overstaffing, which equates to money being wasted. Diligent capacity planning will allow you to create a long-term strategy that will help you make data-informed decisions about your staff and projects, create better hiring and salary budgets, reduce employee burnout, align your staff skill set with your business strategy, hire more intelligently, and make time for training and upskilling. With that in mind, let's now discuss the 3 most popular capacity planning strategies: lag, lead, and match. The first strategy is called the lag method. As its name suggests, the lag method involves waiting until demand exceeds capacity before hiring more resources. In other words, with the lag method, you plan according to your actual workload rather than your forecasted workload. The lag method is the most conservative capacity planning strategy since you only begin hiring if capacity is already maxed out and there are even more projects coming in. Its goal is to fully utilize your workforce's potential and avoid overstaffing. This minimizes underutilization and keeps staffing costs low. But there's a risk of losing potential customers if you don't have enough workers to take on new projects. There's also a risk of overworking your staff and compromising service quality when you're pushing your capacity limits. The next strategy is the lead method. The lead method is basically the opposite of the lag method in that you plan based on forecasted demand rather than current demand. In other words, it's a forward-looking approach that tries to anticipate future workload and adjust headcount proactively. In that regard, the lead method can be considered a fairly aggressive strategy. The main advantage of this method is that it can allow you to prepare for growing or rapidly evolving markets. This can help minimize the chance of being understaffed when demand surges. But the risk is that incorrect forecasts may result in overstaffed teams, which can take a big chunk out of your bottom line. The third and final strategy is the match method. With the match method, you'll need to closely monitor the market and your workforce's capacity and look for any increases or decreases in demand. You'll then need to quickly adjust your capacity in real time to match any demand changes. This may involve flexible staffing tactics like adjusting work schedules and hiring part-time or temporary employees. The match method strives to be the most nimble of the 3 strategies. It's essentially a hybrid approach that looks at both current and future demand. The upside of the match method is that it's an agile, low-risk strategy that optimizes resources and facilitates growth, but it requires constant, incremental adjustments. So the downside is that it can take a lot of time and energy to implement. And there you have it, the 3 main strategies for workforce capacity planning. Now that we've outlined the strategies, let's talk about execution. If you want to implement a capacity planning strategy, the best option is to use dedicated capacity planning software like ClickTime. The right software will provide a detailed, real-time overview of your entire workforce's capacity levels. This will allow you to carefully analyze capacity and make adjustments as needed. For example, in ClickTime, you can use color-coded heat maps to see which employees are under, at, and over capacity. You can also toggle between billable capacity and total capacity, which will allow you to make smart allocations decisions based on your financial goals. With ClickTime, you'll always know who can take on more work who's being overworked, and who's being optimally utilized. To learn more or schedule a demo, check out ClickTime.com.